there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am super excited to be here today. And I'm glad that you are here as well. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I'm a business and life coach, and I got started in my company I can't believe I'm saying this, 16 years ago. Can you believe this? Okay. And I made the decision 16 years ago to simply go to work as myself. I wanted to figure out how could I take my background. Hey there, guys. Hey, Audra and Davina. Good to see you tonight. How could I take my background as a corporate trainer and my systems in motherhood and package that into my business? Now, I had one huge problem. Okay. I didn't know how to do that. I had no idea how to start a business as a brand of me. Hey, Sylvia, good to see you. And so I went to a small business resource center in my town, and I was told by the director of a small business resource center that my idea, mom coaching, did not make any sense and that no one would ever pay me to do what I do today. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because maybe you're like me and you've got some unconventional out of the box ideas as well, and you're trying to figure out how do you navigate them. I completely get that. Hey there, Valerie. Good to see you, Jackie. Hi, Crystal. I'm so glad you guys are here. So I kept looking for someone to help me, and I ended up bumping into an amazing coach, and I went to a live event that changed my life forever. So I always tell the story because sometimes it can be one thing that you do that changes your life. Hey, Dad. Good to see you. That changes your life forever. And that's what happened with me. Fast forward, I've coached clients for the last, 16 years, thousands of women, literally doing exactly what I love to do. And I work specifically from the comfort of my home. And I will tell you that the model does matter. And so today you're in for a treat because I'm going to teach you today 6 questions that you need to ask yourself right now. Now, if you don't have paper and pad available, I want you to get paper and pad out. Good to see you, Edie. I'm so glad you're there. Get paper and pad out because you don't want to miss anything. Okay, so do that right now. And, additionally, if you are on Periscope, I think some of you guys are on Periscope, be sure to invite other people to come and watch this live because I promise you, I'm going to just serve. There's not going to be any selling or anything like that. As a result of me growing my business and doing what I love to do 100%, there have been a couple of ahas for me over the years. And one is that I got to build a business that I absolutely love. And I love the model. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over a decade. My children have never seen their mom or dad ever work a job in a conventional way. And that's a gift. When I got started in business, I wanted to build a business that had what I call time freedom. And maybe that's a question that you've been asking also. I wanted it, but I actually created a business that has that. And that, to me, is really significant. And I would say equally, another thing that was really significant for me was my husband developed kidney disease about 8-9 years ago. And I was so grateful that I had built a business before I needed it. And so that when I did need it, I could be there for my husband in a way that he needed me and also how my family needed me in that time, because I don't know what you guys know about dialysis treatment, but it's pretty aggressive. 3 days a week, 3 hours a day, and it changed the dynamics in my family. So I tell a lot of you guys, so if, building a business is great. A lot of times people talk a lot about money, but I will tell you, you build the business so that when you need that business, if you ever need it, it's there for you. And I think so many women are codependent on their spouses for their income or on their jobs for income. And they don't really have financial security or stand on the knowledge and wisdom that they have. And maybe this is you. And if so, you're going to love what I'm going to talk about tonight, because I'm going to create a little shift. I'm going to shake your shoulders a little bit. But my only goal is to support you. In moving forward. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I just want you to write here, I am ready. And we're going to get started. And I'm so excited to be here today. I've got 6 important questions. Get your paper and your pad out because you're definitely going to want to write these down. And I know 100% that what I'm going to share with you tonight is absolutely going to support you. It is my only intention today. Okay. Can you guys hear me just fine? All right. So I'm going to get started. Tiffany is ready. I'm so excited. And Davina is ready. And Edie is ready. Okay. Edie, I'm glad you told me that was you because I did not know that. Is there anyone else that's ready? Okay. Because I do think you have to be ready to receive. Crystal is ready and Jackie's ready. Awesome. Okay, Jackie, you're always ready, right? Tequila, good to see you are ready. I am so excited. And Tequila, I'm super proud of you for stepping out and for implementing right away. Audra, awesome. You're ready always, right? With a period. I love it. And Sylvia. All right, I'm going to get started. Here are the questions. Today, I'm going to teach on 6 questions to ask yourself right now. And I wanted to do this particular live because not all questions are equal. Okay. So whenever we're dealing with times that are what, we call uncertain or, can be even scary for a lot of people, financially, you might not, you might know someone that's close to you. It might be someone in your house that's been impacted as a result of what's going on. Or it may have posed for you different questions that now you're thinking about your life differently because you're in your home in a different way. And maybe, just maybe, you said, I need a different model. Anybody ever said, I need a different model because of what's going on right now? Maybe you just don't want to be in a situation where your job is controlling whether or not you have income or not, or when you're working or how you're working. Or maybe you now love the freedom that you have with your family in a different way, and you want to have more of it. And if that's you, you're going to love these questions. It's going to really support you. Or maybe you're in business right now and you're like, I have done something horribly wrong and I need to fix it. This is going to absolutely support you. Or maybe you're a high paid professional right now and you're in demand and you're scared out of your wits. Right. And you know that you need a change of some sort moving forward. And you want to know what your options look like. Hey, Rashonda, you giant, you. She's so amazing. Let me just tell you, you guys need to follow her. If you're not following Rashonda Pratt, you guys all need to follow her. She is an incredible television producer, and I use her all the time, her services. So, okay, I'm going to get started. Here's the first question. Number 1, what is my online strategy? Okay, the first question you need to ask yourself right now is, what is my online strategy? Now, my assumptions are, if you're following me, that you are an entrepreneur or you desire to be an entrepreneur. And I want to tell you that right now, if you do not have an online strategy, you need to have one. Okay, I want you to think about not every business during this time over the last 3 weeks, not every business is closing or having reduction in sales. Not every business is slashing prices or on discount or afraid that the next 2 months or 3 months or 6 months are going to be unstable for them. And the reason that the businesses that are thriving are not afraid is because in some way they are aligned with this change. So you need to ask yourself, what is my online strategy? And if you do not have an online strategy, you need to get one. Okay. That means that if you've been running your company and it's been a brick and mortar company and you primarily have to see your clients in order for you to service them, and you're not an essential employee right now, you may or may not be able to work at the highest capacity that you were before. So I want you to think about this question. What is your online strategy? And if when you start thinking about this question, trying to answer it, you don't have any answers, this tells you exactly how you need to spend your weekend. I'm going to go deep on this and really support you in understanding sometimes when we need to make a shift is because we don't have the answers. Every single time I've ever adjusted to something new, let me think about something like motherhood. I didn't know what to do. If I were going to nurse my kid, for example, and it was new for me, I had no context around how to do it. So just because you don't know the answers right now doesn't mean that the answer is not close for you. Are you guys with me? Okay. Are you following me? So for those of you out here saying, I know I need an online strategy, Mia, but I don't know what it is. Let me talk to those of you who have been servicing your clients mostly in person. And you're thinking, well, what do I do now? Like, do I do something completely different? Or how do I do what I was doing in my office? How do I now do this online? You need an online strategy, okay? And if you don't know how to do it, one of the first things that I would do is start looking at other options for yourself. Like think about things that you absolutely have always loved to do, always wanted to do, some other expertise that you have. And if you've lived 20 plus years, trust me, there's something that you naturally gravitate toward, that you're 10, 15 steps ahead of someone else. And you have the ability to take that knowledge and support someone else right now with what you know. Trust me, what you know, your education, your expertise, your background, your gifts, your soft skills, your life skills. There's something you can do right now and people will pay you for that. So the first question to ask yourself is, what is my online strategy? If you don't know what it is, this is great because you can spend your weekend thinking, going deep, like within yourself and thinking about what is it, that thing that I've always wanted to do, that now is the time for me to explore that. And you don't have any risk, okay? And if you still can't figure it out, ask yourself, like, what is the pain that you've overcome? Like maybe there's something that you've overcome in your life and in your world, and you've said, I can't believe I got through that. Okay, because there's someone right now going through that would love to hear from you. Okay. The second thing that you need to ask yourself is, what is the easiest way for me to get started online? If you've never done anything online, okay, this is what I don't want you to do. I don't want you in anything that's complicated. No complicated technology, no complicated softwares, no complicated coaching programs, nothing that's difficult. Okay, I want you guys to embrace what I tell my clients all the time: ease and grace. Okay, can somebody write that here? Ease and grace. Okay, and the reason that is so important is, if it's too hard, if it's too technical, if it takes you too long to set up, sometimes we become discouraged in the details. All right. I show my clients often how to take what they're doing, not to use any paperwork or even design any fancy websites, and they sell high ticket things. Hey there, Dr. Hightower, good to see you. All right. Hey there, Jasmine, good to see you. You guys know, if you're my client here, right, and I've shown you how to create something with ease and grace, right, that's me. Okay. And it's a real thing. And if you don't know anything about being able to take what you know right now and package what you know at the highest and tallest level easily, okay, listen in. All right. I want you to know that your background is not something that you have to go back and redo. What you know how to do at a high level, I'll give you an example. When I got started in my business, I led with motherhood. Okay. I had these really great systems in motherhood, and I just knew how to always make time for my life and then also my kids' lives. Right. So there was I just knew how to do it. Like I knew that was important to me, to practice my own self-care while taking care of the kids, and that made me a better mom. Now I was just living my life, but it was ease and grace for me because it was my natural system. Moms would ask me all the time, how do you find time to read a book consistently, to journal? They would ask me, what was I doing? When I thought of starting my business, I thought, what is it that I'm doing already? Okay. I didn't recreate what I was doing. I didn't make anything up. I wasn't that inauthentic expert. I always talk about that because a lot of times during these times, people focus on the wrong things. They start thinking money, money, money. I want to make money. How can I need to make money. And I'll tell you, if you focus on the wrong thing, you won't have sustainability and longevity in your business. And I know this to be true. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over 16 years, doing what I absolutely love to do, working from the comfort of my home. I'm in my home office right now. I love what I get to do every single day from the comfort of my home. I do 2 events on the road every year, typically in Baltimore. And I love it. And my business, all I need is a laptop and a phone. It's pretty simple. And I do it with ease and grace. And I work with women who are smart and they're sharp. They believe in self-investment. They're action takers. They're go-getters. They're go-givers. I don't do email. We're an email-like community. Any of my clients can verify that, right? Like I don't do email because I don't like it. I'm not good at it. So you can build a business. If you don't know how to do this, listen in. You can build a business around what you're really amazing at. And you can do it in a way that's totally congruent for you in your life. I have 12 calls a month where I service all of my clients and deliver amazing value, supporting them from the comfort of my home. And when I got started 16 years ago, it was a hope and a wish. And I didn't know that it was possible. But when I saw that example in my own coach, who I've worked with for 16 years. That's a tip. And I realized that she had built her business and she lived in Mexico for part of the year, in New Jersey for another part of the year, and Philadelphia. She has homes in all those places. And I was like, I want that kind of freedom in my business. Ask yourself really tall questions and know that you can build a business literally around your life. It doesn't have to be the other way, right? You can build the business around the life that you want to live. All right, I've got a couple of comments. Ada says, ease and grace. And I hope I didn't hide anybody's comment. I think I might have. Ease and grace. Audra says, that's me. Yaya. Jackie says, that's me. Ease and grace. Savina says, Melody says, ease and grace. Crystal, ease and grace. Thank you, Yaya. And I'm so excited that you guys are commenting because it's really important, right? Yaya Smith says, she's so amazing. You guys need to follow her. She says, laughing out loud. Yes, not bogged down with emails at all. We're all putting in the work and enjoying our families. This is a complete 180 from what work used to be. Absolutely. And that we have the best community to be part of. It's an amazing community of giants. Okay. Number 3, the third question that you need to ask yourself, this one is really important, is how can I take my intellect virtually? I like it. So how can I take my intellect and how can I work virtually with my intellect? So I know that if you've never asked that question before, it's a big question, right? So it's like, what do you really mean? I know that when I first got started in my business, I thought that I was going to sit across the table and coach people or, like in the same room with people and coach them. And then I soon realized that that was not what I was going to do, that I was going to coach people literally all around the world from my home. And I knew how powerful it was. And I started thinking about, what is it that I know how to do? What is it that I've been doing already for free, or what I naturally research, or what my expertise is, which was training and development, building out courses and curriculum at a high level, and motherhood. Those are the things that I knew really well, right? And I know really well. And I thought, okay, how can I take what I know, let's say we say motherhood, and how can I support women all around the world with what I know? Okay. And I'll give you an example. I wrote a book, and my very first book was called Time for Mommy, 5 Essential Strategies for Mother Self-Care. And what did I do? I broke down exactly what I did to support women with always finding time for themselves. I told you that was my expertise. I then leveraged that book and decided that I would create a coaching program and support women all around the world around that. And I did that virtually, and then secured a corporate partnership with a Fortune 100 brand, which was Panera Bread, and did a partnership with them, including my book. And then I would go into their stores and speak. I was their first human reward for the My Panera Bread card. This was thinking outside of the box. How can I take my intellect and how could I work from the comfort of my home? And how could I run a Time for Mommy event in another state without me being there? See, a lot of times the thing that gets in the way is that we're thinking in order for us to yield success, we have to operate our businesses like a job. And so the models that we create are basically, we build our businesses a lot of times like a glorified job, right? So I just decided I didn't want to work like that. And I started thinking, how can I take my intellect and how can I be one to many and serve people all around the world with what I know how to do? Is this making sense? Is this supporting you? Okay. Are you getting some ideas? As I'm sharing these things, I'm hoping that you're thinking also about yourself. Like, think about how you might be able to do that. What is it that you know how to do that you've learned at work already? You've been doing for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and you've got true expertise. Who in the world right now needs to speak with you? Who needs to know what you know? Okay, start thinking virtually. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you that we don't know how long we're going to be home, right? And I think that the best plan is a strategic one. And if you start thinking right now about how to make that pivot and shift proactively, you won't be one of those people out there that's operating reactively. That's why this is really important. This is my gift to you. And this reason why I wanted to come on here today and teach the 6 questions to ask yourself right now. Now, just to recap for those of you who have just joined, I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I'm a business and life coach. And I've been doing this like 16 years. I've coached thousands of women, and I show women that it's really important not to be codependent on your jobs, because a lot of us are codependent on our income, right? Our job income. And I also, hey, Alex, good to see you. And not to be codependent on your spouse. So many of us are codependent on our partners. And I'll tell you what that looks like. It means before you can say yes or no, you got to ask somebody. Okay. I'm not talking about being in a relationship and being transparent about what you want to do. But if you want to advance your life and you can't say yes to the things that grow you, then that's codependency, in my opinion. Okay. If it doesn't fit, then don't wear it. Okay. Here are the 3 things that I've covered already. Number 1, what is my online strategy? And it's a really powerful question to ask yourself right now, because what if we are home for the next 6 months and you have to work from home? And maybe you're not thinking about that because you're thinking in 4 weeks, things are going to go back to normal, or maybe in 6 weeks. And there's something about that that just doesn't sit well with me, in that I always like to have a strategy so that no matter what happens, I'm ready. Anybody else that way? All right. So ask yourself, what is your online strategy? If you're like, I don't have one, now's a great time to start thinking about one. That's why I want to do this tonight. Number 2, what is the easiest way to get started? How can you get started with a minimum investment, right? Because you're using your intellect. How can you get started low tech, not a whole lot of steps, nothing really crazy difficult for you to begin to move in the direction of where you want to be? Is this making sense? All right. Because if you make it really difficult or really hard, then sometimes the likelihood of us sticking to those things or even seeing success doesn't really happen, right? Because it's hard, right? I'm not talking about doing the work, because you have to be committed to doing the work, but stick to models that are easy. Everything that I do is easy and effortless. I've built my entire business with a flip chart. I've done 9, maybe 10 PowerPoints in 9 or 10 PowerPoints in 16 years, right? My clients can vouch for that. Oh, it's so amazing. Aida says, you're amazing. You said today going to water, right? Going to the water. That's me since I found you. I appreciate you. You are an amazing implementer. And I saw you live today, and it wasn't shareable, but I'd love to share that inside of our community, okay? Because it was really awesome and you looked beautiful there. It was good. It was very good. Good, good, good. Okay, number 3, how can I take my intellect virtually? That's a really powerful question you need to be asking yourself right now. How can you take your knowledge and go virtual? Okay, maybe it's not a question that you've ever asked yourself, but if you haven't asked yourself, you need to ask yourself that. Alex, what did I do? I think I hit your comment. There we go. Okay. Oh, I see what I did here. Okay, perfect. And so ask yourself, how can you go virtually, right? Like literally, how can you take your knowledge and how can you work in a completely different way with what you know? And I want you to know that what you know is enough. There's always someone that wants to know what you know. There's always someone that isn't where you are, hasn't created the results, and that will find value in your knowledge. I don't care if it's on the soft skill side. It's just something that you know because of life, right? Maybe you have gone through a divorce and you got yourself together and emotionally, and you rebuilt your life, and now you're solid. There are women who are further along back in that process that want you to hold their hand and walk them through step by step to do whatever it is. That's right, Alex. He writes, sometimes we doubt ourselves. We do. And a lot of times we doubt ourselves because we're not in community with people our own ambition level and above. Other times we doubt ourselves because we're in community with people our own peer circle around our pain, and those people don't have elevated conversations around growth. So imagine if you're with people who recycle pain over and over and over again. They talk about what didn't work, who doesn't love you, what's not going to happen. This is what happens. You got to understand that a lot of times people will market to your fears, because if I can keep you in the same place and have you relive who you're not, and you're like, this is familiar, okay? You're like, yeah, I get that. But you're not going that way. You need to be in community with people your own ambition level and above that are what I call giants that aren't afraid to break down for you the step by step of what it that they have done to create yield in their life. And if you're in community with people who are not sharing with you exactly behind the curtains what they've done to create success, then you need to have an elevated community. Okay, right? Hashtag elevated community. All right, number 4. The fourth thing that you need to ask yourself right now, okay, is who has evidence or proof of the results I desire, okay? And this is not the time to guess, okay? Okay. Who has proof or evidence of the desired result that you want? Now, if you think about times being uncertain, now is not the time to go testing things out, right? Like I think this person, you know what I'm saying? I think this Zumba instructor, I think this class is good. Okay. What you want is proof. And to me, proof works a couple of ways. One, someone that has the ability to support you with getting a result is going to have evidence. They're either going to have the evidence because they create the results for themselves, right? You guys agree? Or they've created those results and transferred their knowledge to other people, and there's proof of it. It's called testimonials. Now, I believe this. If you're an expert at what you do, okay, and you're really good at doing it, and you've done it for yourself, and you've created those results for people, others, then there should be proof in real time. What do I mean by that? That means that the testimonials aren't going to be 20 years old or, 10 years old. They're going to be, and you'll have those because you'll show that there's a season in working with you, with your systems and your process that works. But it won't only be that. And what I'm talking about is there'll be proof right now, today. All right. And I'm telling you this because now is not the time to just buy things that you see online because you're like, let me just grab these things, right? For $50 or, $100 or $200 or whatever it is. You need to be strategic about how you're investing and who is teaching you. And remember that, the very first thing that I did when I got started my business, I hired the second most profitable business coach in the country, right? Because I love me like that. Not from an ego perspective, but like, I don't want anyone to teach me. And I only align with people who are where I want to be. I'm not interested in hype, like people, just because somebody's dressed up in a beautiful outfit and their face has beautiful makeup, that doesn't mean or qualify you as my teacher. See, my teachers all had to have lifestyle. Okay. Lifestyle was important to me. Freedom. I built my business so I could become free. So anyone that was going to teach me had to show me that they generated at least 80% of their income free. Okay. That they controlled their time, that they generated their income and they could run anywhere, do whatever they wanted to do around the world, however they wanted to do it. Right. But they had time freedom. And I didn't want my primary teacher to be someone that was like on the road, had to be on the road to generate income, because I didn't want to do that. Okay. I'm not against it if that's what you're into, but that wasn't what I wanted. So you need to make sure that your teacher matches the model of how you live. And you got to understand the way your teachers earn their income, that is the way you're going to earn yours. That's how they're going to teach you. So that's why grabbing all the shiny objects sometimes is low ticket. Okay. And you're like, oh, let me grab this, let me grab that, because we're thinking, I just need an answer. No, you need the right answer. And you want to make sure that the people you take advice from have proof. They have evidence that they create yield. Got it? Okay. I want to be clear about that, because without it, you don't create the results. And that's why so many people I talk to have been in coaching programs or trainings or courses, and they can't figure out, like they'll say to me, like, I've been coaching, like I've been doing these things, but they never invested made an investment that they couldn't walk away from. See, what I mean by that is, when you invest at a high level in yourself because you deserve it, and you invest in a full solution, meaning you invest with someone that has proof and has demonstrated that they can do the thing that they're telling you they can do, okay? And you invest at a high level and you're like, you can't walk away. Like, imagine if you invested $10,000 in your dream, okay, so that you could realize it. You're not walking away from $10. But imagine if instead you invested $100. You can walk away from $100 if it doesn't work. And so many people invest in things that were never intended to create the result, right? And you've got to discipline yourself. I'm breaking this down. I hope this is supporting you guys. You got to discipline yourself to invest in the full solution and make sure that when you're making an investment with someone, they themselves have created a result for themselves, and that you can see that they can transfer what they know to someone else at a high level. Does that make sense? Number 5. Okay, number 5. What is, oh, this is so good. Okay, number 5 is, oh, did I forget one? No, number 5. What is my annual revenue path? Okay, this is a very important question to write down right now. What is my annual revenue path? I'll explain, okay? Is what I'm doing currently getting me there? Now, look, we're talking about the 6 questions to ask yourself right now. Right now, ask yourself, what is the path that I'm on for my annual revenue? Okay, look at what you got going on right now. Okay, you might even look at what the last 3 years have looked like. And this is for those of you who are saying, like, I want to have 6-figure year, or I want to have 6-figure months. But if you look at your path, your annual revenue path, what is this going to look like 1 year from now? Ask yourself, like, if you add up what you see, are you on the right path? And if you're not, okay, you already have the answer. You need to change what you're doing. All right. I think so often people never think about it. Sometimes I will talk to someone and they'll tell me, like, their goal is to have, make $50,000 a month. And I'll say, okay, so in your business, what have you made the last 3 years? And they'll tell me, and I'll say, and like, in terms of what you're selling, tell me a little bit more about what you're selling. And then they'll say, I'm selling something for $75 or $150, or, a client, I'm trading time for dollars. And when I really get them to break down, what would it take for them to hit their goals? Like, you're not going to have any time to be able to do. In order for you to do this, like, you basically can't go to sleep based on the model you have. Ask yourself, okay, how can I go on an annual revenue path, that I would desire, right? Like maybe you're not asking that question, or look at the path that you're on right now and say, you know what, I'm trying to hit, have a $250,000 a year, but based on what I see right now, this looks like 75,000, or this looks like 125,000. I don't know. Okay. But if it's not on the path, it means you need to change what you're doing. You got to change directions. All right. Perfect. Okay. And number 6, okay. Number 6 is the 6th question to ask yourself right now is, who is mentoring me at a high level? What I mean by that is, I hear a lot of people who have mentors, teachers, coaches, trainers, they say, who they are in relationship with, but they're not highly vested. They're either not investing by paying these mentors. There's, like, sometimes you have someone that says, I'll mentor you, but there's no structure to the relationship. They might call you, they might not call you, or you might not be getting the support that you want in a consistent way. Now, I can tell you this, and I'm only sharing what I've done over the years. I've never had a mentor that's changed my life that I did not invest in their time for me to show up for them to help me. So, and I'm going to suggest that for you also. And this is not about working with me. Understand that. Not saying that at all. And I qualify every single person that, comes in my community I work with. This is my best advice to you. And I want you guys to hear this. You need to make sure that you're mentoring with someone at a high level. So if you want to achieve quick, fast results right now, like in terms of what's going on, you don't have time to learn from people who are not in a position to teach you what to do quickly. And time is money. So wasting time, bad advice, waste time and money. Okay. It's interesting equally. I'll talk to people sometimes and they'll say, Mia, I'm working on my business and, I'm going to build out my website. And then I'll say to them, well, have you gone to my website before? And they're like, never. A lot of times we don't know what to do. We just make things up, or people will sell you things and tell you you need things on the marketing side that you don't need, that don't convert for you at all. And I will tell you that great mentorship will save you time. It'll save you money. It'll show you the best path to get things done. It'll change your life. I don't make a move, right? Because I don't make a move without getting high level advice. And I know that for me, over and over again throughout my life, it's made all the difference for me. So it's my come from. And if you've been that person that you want to change your life, but you're not willing to invest in the knowledge or have someone be as committed to you, to your dream as you are to your dream. If you've got a big and amazing dream and you don't want to invest in it, that already tells you your answer. It's the reason why you're not where you want to be. And if you have a big, amazing dream and you're that person, because I work with a lot of really smart, sharp women who, they believe they can do it themselves. Like maybe you're a VP in a company, or maybe, you've achieved significant success. You've got a lot of degrees. You've got a lot of status. You're like, I can just do this. You got to understand that in life, it's not what you know, it's what you don't know that's a differential. And I always invest and learn from people who've already done the thing that I want to do and that can demonstrate success or proof of concept over and over again, because that's the short cut for me. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Did you get value being here today? I'll recap for those of you who are new. Tell me your aha or your takeaway as I recap today. One aha takeaway, if you're just joining me, I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I'm a business and life coach. And I got started in my company 16 years ago. And I had an idea that I wanted to go to work as myself, but no product. I had no idea what I was going to do. Okay. And so the first thing that I want you to do tonight that I talked about, 6 questions to ask yourself right now. So number 1, what is my online strategy? If you don't have one, it's time to get one. Number 2, what is the easiest way to get started right now? Like, how can you get started? Now, give up all the hard stuff, okay? Number 3, how can I take my intellect virtually? I'm going to drink some water. Number 4, who has evidence or proof of the results that I desire? Now it's not the time to guess or to get advice from fake experts. Number 5, what is my annual revenue path? Okay. And is what I'm doing right now going to get me where I want to be 1 year from now? Really powerful question. And number 6, who is mentoring me at the highest level? Are you investing in yourself? Okay. So I'm going to read a couple of these. And Amy says, is it too late to prepare when opportunity knocks? Nope, not at all. My clients, I just shared something with my clients the other day. I think it was Tuesday, and I was sharing just a strategy that they could use to be able to get out there right now in the marketplace to sell what they have by serving with their gifts, but not creating anything new. And one of my clients, Kendra Ward, told me she closed over $4,200 in 2 short phone calls. Well, just like that, ease and grace, no website popped up, none of that, just serving. Tequila just told the other day, I talked to her on Sunday, and she right away was able to take someone who was interested in her services and sell her into a larger product. Okay. Edie says, my annual revenue path, and who has the proof of the results I desire? That was your biggest aha. Audra says, aha, how to differentiate between a mentor or a mentor at the highest level. Yes, okay. How about that? Valerie says, excellent as always, and a reminder to go back over what you can do always, always. Ada says, the aha, the elevated community and access, what needs to be changed if I'm not on my revenue path. Isn't it true? Like birds of a feather, they do flock together. Okay. I think they flock and they sing together. Okay. So you got to hang out with people your own ambition level above. Okay. And I love being in my community with wonderful women who love to support each other, and they are the same ambition level. Yaya says, so good. Thank you so much. Okay. And Ada says, true. We don't know what we don't know. And Davina says, high value. And Alex says, that's my topic. What is your dream? Okay. And he said, time freedom. Are there any other ahas or takeaways? Davina writes, virtualize your intellect. Isn't that good? Like, think about that, right? So, what you know is very valuable to people all around the world. And You're welcome. Edie says so much support. Thank you. So remember that, don't take for granted what you know. It's very valuable. And you got to be in a place of possibility right now. That's really important. And if I can support you in any way, you can always inbox me on my Facebook page, Mia Redrick, the Mom Strategist. For those of you who are on Periscope, you can always do that. Or if you're not on my newsletter list, go to miaredrick.com. My first name, last name.com. Mia, M-I-A, Redrick, Redrick.com. I might be able to, let's see if I can type it there. Oh, I can. Okay. I'll put it right there. And Nicole says, don't be chained to email is my aha. Like, select a platform that helps you maximize your value to your clients. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Any final questions or comments before I sign off? I want to thank you for your time today. I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to be right here. And I'm so grateful for that. I want to thank you for your time. Make sure you set your notifications so that when I come back on again later this week, that you get a notification. You can be in house. Okay. I'll talk to you soon.